My name is Bartels, an MPH Environmental Public Health student in the University of Toronto. Whin Valley holds sentimental value. In 2017, 2018 specifically, I was working with the Department of Agriculture on a contractual basis. I was awed by the importance of the environment. And I was also surprised why many people are not paying attention to the environment, since our livelihood, our sustenance is dependent on the environment and its natural resources.
A healthy soil is something I really don't joke about, because when your soil is very healthy, your plant is healthy.
Asas papa ochre se duada asas papa no aja dudu na adin lo kwai.
The kind of soil that we have at the Whin Valley is loamy clay. It can retain water, so water is not an issue, because the little amount of water that we pump into the field can stay as long as we want.
Growth and productivity of rice in that area hold enormous potential.
We have a river close by, that's the Whin River. The river has its own source that passes through the valley to join River Pra. And we've been able to dam it, that anytime we need water, we just close the main gate, then the water rises through gravity. Supervision is well done in the Whin Valley, and the access, we have good access road to the field. Logistics is easy. Any vehicle, any truck can come in there, and it's easy for combine harvesters to also work on the field because the land is well leveled. There are no rooted stumps in there to destroy the wheels of the combine harvester. So everything in the Whin Valley is very good.
We chose that area because of its potential and their farmers' commitment to the locality. It has potential to sustain livelihood. That was one of the main reason why we decided that we want to contribute to such progress and growth through research.
Preliminary quantitative risk assessment, in short PQRA, is a type of risk assessment that is used to quantify potential health risks associated with exposure to hazardous substances in the environment.
A healthy soil helps us to get better yield. You see, the rice production, you always need good yield, otherwise you will run at losses.
There have been a lot of activities as we produce rice. The use of fertilizer, the use of chemicals, and Shama district, we have a lot of galamsey areas, and the potential for it to be contaminated is high.
Site assessment was one of the first step we took. So we assessed the land and also checked the number of samples that could be a good representative for the entire agricultural land, the acre of land that they had there. And the next thing was to do soil sampling, picking the samples at varying levels.
Normally, we use fertilizers on our rice fields. We add the organic manure and we also use the chemical fertilizer, but we do them in a minimal way as compared to other farms that use more of the chemical fertilizer. When we cultivate the rice, there are some weeds that also challenge the rice. So we spray a selective chemical that will kill the weeds and leave the rice. But if you leave the weeds to grow and challenge the rice, they normally take more chemical, or some farmers delay and they tend to use more chemical to speed up the rate at which the plants will die, the weeds. These chemicals end up into the soil, of which it brings in these heavy metals that we are talking of.
Heavy metal contamination at sufficient levels, that's what we need to be mindful of. So we have something we call bioaccumulation. It's when the amount of heavy metals, in this case, you are getting into your body, perceives how much your body can get rid of them. Some of them could affect the brain, causing neurodevelopmental disorders, especially in children. And even adults, it causes altering of the brain's function, leading to seizures, convulsions, and some other issues. In sufficient amount, it could result in kidney disease and also liver dysfunction also. In pregnant women especially, it's very dire because it could affect the developing fetus. In some of these areas, we also see children being born with developmental anomalies, as we call them. The baby comes out and the baby has one defect or another.
Na elements that are king and heavy metals that are king. We feel here fan. Na waba soil nu.
Chemicals now you use on the soil.
Rainwater and the more that I'm seeing, see your hobby. I don't cry no west.
I'm actually today or around, but or far. But where ya oba, you should oba further.
Unlicensed mining, that is a guarantee going on. That, as for that one, it's a serious threat to the work we are doing. If it's not stopped, maybe in future the chemicals will take over the land.
Initially, I remember some years back, you could even see the fishes swimming in the water, but now you can't even see any fish moving.
My motivation for getting into this field stems from my early days of practice as a medical doctor. I was stationed in a mining town. There I saw a lot of people coming with various injuries and other illnesses related to illegal mining, what we call galamsey. Sometimes they came in with various injuries and some other conditions as well as carbon monoxide poisoning. And regrettably, some even came in already deceased. I decided that I wanted to dedicate the rest of my career to advocating for safer workplaces so as to avoid some of the issues I saw whilst working there.
We assessed for heavy metals during our lab analysis, and they were mercury, arsenic, cadmium, and lead.
Two of them actually stood out. It became contaminants of potential concern, which is the mercury and the cadmium. However, risk characterization tells us that they've not exceeded the threshold of carcinogenic and non-carcinogenic health impacts yet. But business cannot go on as usual, because if things continue in 5 years, in 10 years, it will really pose a problem. Farmers may have to vacate from the locality because of imminent threat.
Which is why, for now, we may have to encourage monitoring of these heavy metals in the soil and the continuous education of farmers and the population about the potential risks.
Apply fertilizer, apply agrochemicals now. You see the recommended practice and now protocols. Knapsack offer 60 liters and I be a 15. If you are watching with there, Yenfa if you need to know Balcon and Ami no pay. Next, we pay them me funu, or she won't tam. Tina, after be brave. Did I mean your main in a oja heavy metals?
The free BB dermal exposure. Dermal chese your skin or honam. It is so baby I'll call now, but now honam no air casa, also and say, do a woman dorsum enough. A bit to me, I found honam around heady.
In your best surrender say, Becosua, Eddie rules no, send a see and use chemicals no, a bet to me at this. And secondly, no, young Cassa say use chemical now. Most of the time, ye so you know, but doctor no or cabi fan dermal exposure. And to say, would it draw no air, ya, ube make yourself, ube share nyama, SSL won't share. To say hand gloves no, nose masks no.
Goggles, no. They are born home by Kakra. No, I should tell you account.
Though we have been educating our farmers, Yes, still, it seems they haven't taken this very seriously. But since you came and you have added your voice, they have now been prompted well.
Niame ya say chemicals no. Niame kotumi akenkan amente ase ye no. Mama obi a onimi akyerɛ me.
First, we go spray me shandom smas. Me bond my blue will drip ogun. Mama, myself, and I saw local mobile spray. I'm off or con of a mobile spray.
We have to be careful with the chemicals and take the right proportions so that it doesn't affect our health. The soils too must be well kept to avoid further degradation.
So with these findings, we can use it as a basis to write our proposals. We can use that information to determine what should be next when we are dealing with farmers in the whole district.
I believe in institutional collaboration, so we'll continue staying in touch with the Department of Agriculture and also look for more opportunities to conduct research that would improve agricultural productivity for rice and other commodities, as well as maintaining the safety of the environment and human health. The people of Whin Valley, these farmers are wonderful people, very cordial, hospitable, and very cooperative. They are interested in their work, passionate about it, committed to it, and they want to do well. So all available help should be provided to them so that they can continue sustaining their livelihood, not only for them as people, because they also feed the community and even the nation at large.
You can see that they are ready to learn and improve on what they are already doing. And so I think it will be very, very important to protect what they have.
They are people with dreams, aspirations for themselves, for their families. They are just like you and me. They are like the regular Joe on the street. It's just that their work is feeding us. I don't think it's expedient for somebody like that, just going about their daily business, trying to make ends meet, to end up with an occupational or environmentally related disease at the end of their career, because in their heydays, they decided to work and feed us.